everybody, and thank you for showing up today. My name is Jonah from Spotlight, and today is going to be fun. We're doing a sort of sprint event where I just wanted to show you 5 tips if you're working on a Mac computer that can vastly increase your productivity and are also just quintessential tools you should know how to use on any Mac computer. If you're a Mac user, you're in the right place. And if you're a creative, an entrepreneur, even just a student, not just a student, but even a student, these are going to be super helpful. So before we get started, hop in the comments. Let me know you're here, where you're tuning in from. Throughout the event, feel free to ask any questions as well as drop any Mac tips you might know. I really wanted to build this event just because we get so many questions about how do you do this and that, and so many are very just technical. So we're going to dive in and make this happen. So first and foremost, off the bat, I want to show you screen splitting. So number one is screen splitting. This comes from multiple people asking, how do I watch a mini course, the mini course that we offer, and also work on my course at the same time, right? How do you follow along with a YouTube video about building a website while also building your website at the same time? Well, Mac has made this really simple, but it's not obvious off the bat. So here we go. I have 2 windows here. I have the course itself, our mini course, which is linked in the description. And I'm watching this video here on how to build out your sales page. So, okay, well, I've got my sales page pulled up in a different window, but I'm constantly going back and forth between the two. It's an absolute pain in the butt if I need to copy and paste anything over. Well, if you go up to this little green button in the upper left hand, click and hold it down, you get a bunch of options. Right off the bat, if you just click this button, it'll turn it into a full screen window. Kind of useful. But right below that, you see that you can tile these, and you can choose to tile left or right. And when you do so, the other window becomes available. And now I'm on a small screen here, but now I can work on my sales page on the right while also watching the video on the left of how to work on your sales page. So hop in the comments. Let me know if you knew this, if you've used this before. But this is one of the most simple and easiest ways to improve your productivity without having a bunch of tabs open, without flipping back and forth between screens. You can just have 2 screens available. I use this when I'm working on 2 documents back and forth. I use this when I'm hopping back and forth. Raphael is saying I use this frequently. Awesome. So some people know this. Let's keep going. The next one we're going to cover is, here are 3 keyboard commands that if you're using Mac, I hope you know, or you will know after this. Let me know if you know any of these. The first one is Shift Command 4. So if I'm on this page and say I want to take a screenshot of any aspect, if I hold Shift Command and 4, you're going to see I get this little marquee tool. And then I can click and drag, and anything I click and drag over will become a screenshot. That was now saved to my desktop, so I now have a screenshot of that page. So that is keyboard command number 1. Keyboard command number 2 is Shift Option Command V. This is a fancy form of pasting anything, pasting text, pasting images, anything like that. I'll show you the problem first. Problem is, say I want to copy this text here over to become the headline of this document, right? Well, if I just do it like this, if I just copy it, Apple C, and paste Apple V, whoa, you've probably experienced this before where it pastes all of these graphic elements over, but that's not what I want. I just want it to show up in the same way that it does already in this document with this blue text and everything. So this is where this key command comes in hand. If I hit Apple Copy or Command C, and then come over here and hold Shift Option Command V, it's going to paste that same text, but well honoring the formatting of whatever document you already have. So hop in the comments and let me know if you knew this one. This one blew my mind and I only just learned it recently, but holy heck, is it so useful just for keeping formatting and everything if you're copy and pasting all over the place. The next one I want to show you, I'm a big fan of this. It's Option and Drag. So let's just use this real simply in a document. If I want to, let's say, copy this paste right below it, if I click Option and then drag, here we go. Let me try this again. If I hold Option and drag the text down, oh, it's not working in this Google Doc. Give me a sec. I'll show you in another form. So Option Drag copies anything over. So say I want to make a duplicate of this file here. I can hold Option, click, and drag it, and it'll duplicate that file there. I can do this with images in Canva. I can do this in Adobe Photoshop. If you're using Logic Pro, you can do this to copy regions over. Option dragging duplicates whatever you're dragging and is super useful, especially if you're working in any video, audio editing software. Wild, and go test it out. I bet there's a ton of places this works that I don't even know about. So, the next one I want to show you is called the Handoff Copy and Paste. So this is a setting that you're going to want to make available in your phone. So I'll show you how to do this. I'm going to bring up my phone here on the screen. So here's the goal. Say that I have a hashtag app on my phone, but I'm scheduling out my social media content on my computer. Well, I want to be able to copy the hashtags from my phone and paste them onto my computer. Well, two things. First, on your phone, you go to your settings, then general, and AirPlay and handoff, and you make sure that handoff is turned on. Now, what this does, when I go back to my hashtag app, I'm going to copy this text here on my phone, and over here on my computer, you can see I can paste it right in there. This works back and forth. So if I then went and copied this text on my computer, I could paste it on my phone. So all of the sudden, you don't have to write an email to yourself to send anything back and forth. You don't have to do anything like that. You could just copy and paste back and forth between your phone, your computer, your iPad, and your phone, your iPad, and your computer. It's incredibly useful, especially if you're doing anything back and forth between apps you only have on your phone and anything you want to do on your computer. All right, we're just going to keep going today because the goal is just to show these to you as quick as possible. The next one is a doozy. I love this. So, if you are building any lead magnets and you're building them with Google Docs, you know, and this is just one application, but you know, when you share a link from any Google Doc, this is a content calendar we built. You know, if you just copy this link and send it to someone, that link is going to ask for you to give them permission to this document, which is kind of a problem if you're sharing this as a lead magnet, or if you just want to give someone this option to then take this document. If you're just trying to give it to them and not worry about any permissions, this is a problem. Well, it's really pretty easy to solve. So I'm going to show you here. I've copied this link, and if I paste it over here, you're going to see what it looks like. And what we need to do here is take this last little string here from edit to the end, and then just turn it into copy. So I'm going to show this to you in two forms so we can get the idea. So that's what we do. We just change that last part from edit out to say copy. Now let's take a look at what each one of these links do. So if I take this link and put it into my browser, it's going to take me to this. But if I'm not the owner, it's going to ask the owner, me, for permission to view it. And now I am in this exact document and editing it. So if you're sending this to clients or customers or just people you want to share it with, that's kind of a problem because you need to create duplicate documents in order to share them. But if I take the link where I changed the end edit to copy and click this, immediately it's going to say, do you want to copy this to your drive? So now you're able to share Google Documents in a way that immediately allows the other person to copy it over to their drive. You don't have to worry about any permissions. You don't have to worry about anything like that. You're giving them a copy versus giving them access to the one you're using. So super rad, super helpful, especially for lead magnets. I'm glad Raphael is following here. Yeah, wow. I know that one blew my mind. I think it was Pat Flynn or one of the guys from ClickMinded that showed me that. Blew my mind. I don't know why Google doesn't just give the option to do this, but until they do, super easy way to dive in and just be able to use Google Docs as lead magnets. So awesome. So the last one I want to show you here is using your control bar. So your control bar is this. So if you have a newer Mac laptop that has a control bar, there are so many things you can do with it. But what I want to focus on first is just what you can the primary way that I use this is for screen recording. So I'm going to show you the settings where you can find these settings and then how you can actually use it. So I have to do a lot of screen sharing here on my end, so be patient with me. But first, if you go into your system preferences and then keyboard, and then right here where it says customize control strip, once you click that, you'll get a huge wealth of options of things you can add to your control strip. I'll show you the one I use the most is the screen record. So this is incredibly powerful, and I'll show you why, because it gives you a whole bunch of additional options versus just a screenshot. So let me show you how this works. And let me know if you can all see this. I know it got crazy there. But say that I want to send someone just a screenshot of this whole window. Well, now when I click that camera button, I get this little window that gives me all these different options. I can capture the entire screen. I can capture just this window. I can capture just a portion of the screen. So kind of like the Shift Command 4 option, but it gives you a little templated box. And my favorite part is now we have access to filming, recording the entire screen, or just recording a section of it. So if I just wanted to record just this little section here, or let's say over here, I want to send this to my assistant who's building out the emails, and I want to show her where to access it. So I'm going to hit record, and now it's going here. You can see this changes so that it's screen recording. And I can say, hey, over here, you have to click edit to get access to it. And that should give you everything you need. If you need these up here, you're good. To end it, you just hit stop. And now you can see here, that's recorded as a little video. The last thing I'll show you here too is you can even have options to use your microphone. You can put a timer on it. You can choose where to save it. And you can choose these other things like showing mouse clicks or remember last selection, show the floating thumbnail. It is so incredibly helpful. So if you use anything like Loom or any software like that, I got to unshare the screen. Or if you use any software like that, you can do that all with Mac. They just kind of hide that. And someone's asking, is there a way to do that on older Macs? If you don't have the control bar, this is exclusively for people with the control bar. So I think there is a way to do it, but you do it through QuickTime. So you open QuickTime, and then QuickTime gives you all of those options, but you have to go through the application itself. Where is that on a Mac, not iPad? Oh, so I am on a Mac. This is my computer. So if that's what you're asking, this is right up here. If you were talking about something else, that might be otherwise. But shoot any other questions you have. The whole point of this event today was just to be short and sweet. I wanted to give you these 5 tips because I use them literally every day and they make such a big difference. So if you're watching live, hop in the comments. Let me know if these were useful, if they help. If you're watching the replay or you found this video elsewhere and you liked it, you learned something, please like and subscribe to the Spotlight YouTube channel. We are going to be doing a lot more things like this, trying to just give quick, actionable tips. And I hope these helped you out. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. Check out our additional resources in the comments. You can start a free Teachable account. We have a bunch of additional resources there for you. So if you want to check out that mini course I was pointing out on how to get started on Teachable, that's down there as well. But I hope you all had a great time. Thanks for popping in for this quick event, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful day.